Local, trusted. This is News 3 at 6 on KBTX.
Texas A&M University has announced that it is suspending all student and staff-sponsored travel to China.
The decision comes from advice given by the CDC as the coronavirus continues to spread. A&M officials say at this point they'll deny any requests for non-essential travel by students, faculty, staff, and researchers. They're calling travel to China high risk.
All this comes after a scare involving an A&M student and a Baylor University student who recently traveled to China and then returned to Texas with mild symptoms of the coronavirus, but tests have confirmed that neither of those two students actually had the coronavirus. College Station voters have been casting ballots today for who they'd like to see fill the place number 4 seat on the city council.
Today's special election comes after former councilwoman Eleanor Vasali announced to run for Congress.
So here's a look here at all 4 candidates, and one of them tonight could win the election, or 2 of them could actually go into a runoff election.
So News 3's Haley Vorostek is live at College Station City Hall with the latest from the polls. Haley?
Kathleen and Rusty, it has been nonstop all day here at City Hall, and there's only less than an hour left to vote, but people are still lining up to cast their last-minute votes. City officials tell me that as of 3:30, 622 people have cast their votes just today, which is a bit less than the numbers that we saw from early voting, which was 1,152. They say unless one candidate is able to receive 50% of the votes plus 1 vote, then they'll go on into a runoff election, which will take place in April. I spoke with some voters today who told me despite this rainy weather and this unusual election circumstance, it was important that they came out to exercise their civic duties.
The people we elect at the local levels are the ones that eventually will be in the halls of Congress, in our state house. So it's important that we pay attention and do our civic duty.
The city says that they'll be releasing early voting numbers right after they close the polls here at City Hall at 7 o'clock. And then right after that, they'll begin counting the ballots from today's election. And as we receive those results, we'll be updating you on News 3 at 10, KBTX.com, and our Facebook page. Live in College Station, Haley Vorostek, News 3.
I love seeing that line behind her. People really are getting out there. Thanks, Haley.
Even at 6 o'clock. Hey, take a look at this. A funnel cloud was spotted this afternoon near Waco. You can see it dipping down for a very brief time out near the TSTC campus. It never touched the ground. There was no damage, just made for a lot of good Instagram photos, really.
Yeah, it did. And around here, the weather kept us on our toes a little bit, too. Not quite like that.
Yeah, that's just 80 miles up the road. We have some rain and thunderstorms moving on through. We maybe find a pea-sized hailstone or 2, but nothing like what we saw there. But there's a changing season coming our way. Average high for this time of the year is 62. Today we were 10 degrees above that, 10 degrees shy of our record. Tomorrow we're about 20 degrees further colder as this cold front that's blowing into the Brazos Valley as we speak does its thing. Now, there's that band of showers and a few rumbles of thunder that have popped up. The strongest of the activity that's moving into Houston County, folks from Grapeland to Crockett, Lovelady, brief heavy rain, a little bit of lightning and thunder, and again, maybe some pea-sized hail, but it's not very highly likely. The rain is bulking up as it moves into Walker County as well, so we expect a pretty good dousing out there in Huntsville. Now, your wind is going to be the bigger concern for everybody. It's breezy, it's gusty out there, winds gusting as high as 30 and 35 miles per hour, and that will continue into tomorrow morning, which means in the morning, you're dressing like it's pretty close to freezing, and at best, it feels like the mid and upper 40s, a far cry from the 70s here today. We'll talk about this extended chill to the final days of January in a few minutes.
All right, Shell, thank you. Still no word tonight on what caused a fiery crash today in College Station. Police say the driver of a pickup truck left the roadway and ended up hitting a guardrail. Well, that impact caused the truck to catch on fire. It happened on Bird Pond Road, right in between Rock Prairie Road and Highway 30. No other vehicles were involved in that accident. The driver of the pickup truck was not hurt.
An emerging program is helping to increase mental health services in the Washington County Jail.
So after a 3-month program, the county commissioners there in Washington County have now approved a year-long extension of it.
News 3's Hope Barnett went to Brenham to find out how they're paving the way for mental health treatment in Texas jails.
I'm here to discuss anything you want to, or if you want to meet after group. we could definitely do that.
Psychiatrist Isaac Saldivar has been counseling Washington County inmates in this room via webcam.
We've definitely seen kind of that gain of trust, and now more people are interested in actually kind of being part of the program.
The jail and Texas A&M's Telebehavioral Health Division teamed up to treat inmates.
That usually kind of deals with depression, anxiety, some trauma-related work.
They're already seeing results with one recently released inmate.
He just graduated from the first group that we ran, and he's doing positive things in his life, so it's really cool to see.
But it will ultimately keep them out of the jail and be functional members of the society.
Commissioners approved a year-long extension of the initiative.
The mental health screening will be done here at mail booking.
Jail Administrator Eric Kinsley hopes Washington County can pave the way for others.
So we're hoping by us doing this, a lot of the other counties will start reaching out and implement this.
Saldivar says the results he's seeing are exactly why he wanted to become a psychiatrist.
Being able to be a part of a program that's actually kind of breaking new ground and providing resources for people who really need them, it's kind of important for me to do that.
In Brenham, Hope Barnett, News 3.
So the year-long pilot program is going to cost Washington County about $28,000.
But the thing is, they say if this continues to work, it'll eventually cost taxpayers less because these inmates are getting help and potentially not just ending up back in jail.
Good stuff there. Well, a major food company says it is putting an ad campaign on hold following the passing of Kobe Bryant and 8 others. Planters was running several commercials that showed a cliffside death of a mascot named Mr. Peanut. But the company says it has paused that ad blitz out of respect for those who were affected by Sunday's helicopter crash. There will still be a 30-second ad from Planters during the Super Bowl game on Sunday. That ad, we're told, will go back to the Mr. Peanut death storyline.
Former NFL player Antonio Brown was back in a South Florida courtroom today. Brown faces 3 criminal charges, including burglary after an altercation with the delivery man at Brown's home in South Florida. He turned himself in Thursday night and was granted bond on Friday. On Tuesday, Brown's attorney asked for his ankle monitor to be removed so that he could still work, which the judge allowed. The judge also said Brown could travel in the lower 48 states as long as he checks in daily with his pre-trial officers. So rain is what we're watching in the radar, moving in, moving out, but you'll need to break out the cold jackets in the morning. Shell has details on that wind-chilled Wednesday.
Break out the sweats. And big changes coming to Texas Avenue in Bryan. We're going to be telling you what the city's got planned.
First, they gave us Obamacare, more regulations, higher costs, less choice. Now, they want to go further, a full government takeover of health care. I'm Renee Swan, and I have a word for that: socialism. And the worst part, career politicians don't even know how to fight back. I've been in healthcare for the last 4 decades, and I know how to fix it. I'm Renee Swan. It's time for new leaders with a new vision, and that's why I approve this message.
It's the final days of the Epic Sell-Off at Furniture Row, and when we say it's epic, we mean epic! Shop today and find incredible savings.